Don't get mad if you get depolarized. But before I can tell you that, let me tell you my story. So, my story is that no, actually, this is kind of a new story that I haven't said before on the channel. So, I'll tell you right now. So, I was basically, I mean, if you've seen the videos on basically me playing my instrument stuff, basically, I was playing more of the instruments. Okay, so let me tell you something. So I was just basically getting in band, okay? I was basically trying out the tuba, which I haven't tried before. And well, there was this girl that introduced me into it, in which she was pretty nice and stuff. Like she was showing me all this stuff, and she was talking to me like, oh, how I've been into like been doing it. Like I basically she was teaching me all this stuff, and for some reason my brain could just not focus, man. My brain was just getting like negative thoughts. It was just saying like insecure. It's like that's why I guess this is one of the beginning stages, which I can also talk about how well, I guess this could be another separate video, but it's like when I'm just getting more negative thoughts. And I'm like my thoughts were I was just saying my mind was just saying insecure, insecure, like for some reason, and I really was starting to like kind of like even though she was like teaching me like, oh, this is how you do like this is how you do this and this is what note is. My brain was just kept saying insecure, like just like bad things, and of course I didn't want to be in that type of mood, to be honest, man. Maybe you can relate where you just like kind of listen to someone, but your brain is just saying negative thoughts about them, and I don't. It's like they're not even a bad person. It's just that you know that it's just you, which kind of makes you mad at yourself. But if you've been meditating, it's just that you can't really be. It's like you know that it's you. Well, you know that it's not you, but if for some reason it still gets to you, which I fell into. So it just kind of made me in this more worse mood, and then I feel like she could probably tell that I was like more being negative, like about her, or like just kind of not being there. So then we had a game. We had to go to a game where, like, we go play in a football game or something. Basically, we like pep game. I'm not sure how to say it, but basically, we just played during well during football season. Yeah, she was there, and to be honest, I kind of really didn't think of anything about her. I kind of like I knew that it was just me. So it's been a couple more days after that, and then for some reason, she kind of starts acting more masculine and stuff. Which I don't know why. I don't know why this kind of gets to me more. It kind of makes me more like I've been reading more of the Way of the Superior Man, and well, she was kind of being more masculine. She was kind of like saying, "Oh, like sit here," and I guess I'm not sure. Like, not sure if it was my ego that was just saying like, "Oh no, don't tell me what to do. Don't tell me what to do." And throughout the whole entire game, I was just kind of thinking about when she said that. Like, I couldn't even focus on just playing. And honestly, I kind of started to feel like I hated her, to be honest, man. And well, and then for some reason it kind of turned back on me. Like no, like why am I mad at her though? Why am I mad at her? Like all she did was just kind of tell me like, oh no, you move it like this and this, which I haven't realized yet. And then the next game goes on, I'm kind of resenting her, to be honest, man, for being masculine, for her being masculine. Like when she was like telling me, "Oh, you have to sit like this. You have to sit like." We were in the bus, like seat, like getting to the game, and then like basically, I she was like telling me, "No, no, no. You have to move like this. You have to do it like this." And I was getting mad because she was being more masculine, and I felt like, oh, I was just being feminine, and I was just. I mean, I'm not even sure, man. It's this whole thing, man. I don't know, man. But then I just kind of And then after some realizations and just kind of like feeling through it, I just kind of tell her up close that, oh, thank you, but I don't think I need to be like, I'm not sure what I said, but I'm pretty sure that I said, oh, thanks for teaching me and stuff, but I also want to do things by myself. Which I'm not sure if she really basically like, well, I'm not sure. This whole thing, man. But basically, I was just kind of mad, and then I told her the truth about how I felt. And then, like, I think things go pretty normal after that. Nothing really bad. But but then, for some reason, a couple months later, this is a couple months later, and my mother is starting to be more masculine. So for some reason, I wanted to be just more masculine and stuff. I was so kind of more obsessed about, the spiritual things, and maybe this is kind of a downside of being into more of the spiritual side. So I was kind of more focused on like I thought that the way of the superior man worked on my mother, but don't do it, man. Don't do that. So it's that she was becoming a lot more masculine and stuff. She was saying, "Oh, do this for me, do this and do this," and I kind of felt like I was being depolarized, and so I started kind of not doing what she said, and like I used to just keep stressing about it, like, oh, she's kind of being more masculine. I want to be more masculine. Like this whole thing is just kind of okay. So let me tell you to the point, man. I don't think it was necessarily well. Let me talk about the first one. I don't think there was necessarily anything wrong with her kind of being a little bit more masculine. That didn't make me masculine. It's just that I was scared of feeling feminine. Like feeling like more of myself back then when I was just kind of more into my video game route of like just trying to date girls online. I was just kind of like I don't know why I was getting more mad for some reason though, but I know that I don't think it was necessarily such a bad thing. And honestly, I kind of just grew into it to be honest, man. I just kind of realized that some women can be more masculine, like kind of more masculine than you sometimes, and then this whole thing becomes so, oh man. To be honest, I did kind of like her. To be honest, man, I did kind of like her, but I mean, this whole thing was just kind of confusing. But no, man, I don't think that you should become mad when a woman is basically becoming more masculine than you, as like she was, because well, it just kind of made me feel more negative about myself, and I couldn't even focus on the whole game. I was just kind of resenting her. So, what can you do? I think how the title suggests, just don't be mad when she's like, kind of like, well, don't be mad if you're depolarized. Like, especially if this isn't basically, like, we weren't even dating her at all. It's just that she was being more masculine. Which, to be honest, I'll give you the update now. It's just that, yeah, sometimes she can be masculine and stuff, but to be honest, I just kind of like smile it off or like kind of laugh it off or something. It's a lot more better than just kind of like getting mad at her. Like I don't know why I was so obsessed over just kind of being more masculine than her. Which maybe it's not such a bad thing, but I don't know. I don't think it was a good thing like a good thing just to be stressing over it. And for my mother, I mean, I can understand why she has to be more masculine than me because well, she's like working for me. Like she's basically like working for some job and then she has to come back home and stuff. And then like yeah, it kind of makes it feel like this more mother and son dynamic, and it kind of makes her more masculine, which, to be honest, I can understand. To be honest, especially if I've been doing like if like if I've been being a Jeffy for like 2 years or something, and she would just kind of see me like that, I can kind of understand why she would kind of be more masculine, which it was kind of making me think like like that's why, man. So at the same time, you shouldn't really be mad at your mother also if she's being more masculine than you. I don't know, man. This whole maybe I think the way of the superior man was good, but I also just started stressing about things, which I also take responsibility for, which it's my fault, honestly. So the whole point is, don't become mad if a woman depolarizes you, because usually, if it's like your woman, either it's your fault, either you it's like it's your fault, or she's just more masculine in general, or for like other people like your mother or just some other girl. I don't think that the first girl at the game, like when I was playing and stuff, I don't think she was really necessarily such a bad thing. It wasn't necessarily such a bad thing. I mean, I really didn't know how to sit with the tuba, so. And then with my mother, I can understand why she would be more masculine than me, to be honest. Especially especially if I was a lot more feminine back then during my video game years. So I would understand why, man. So don't get mad if a woman like don't get mad if you're depolarized, man. So do the right thing and don't give up. All right, take care.